This is Cougar News.
Hello and welcome to this edition of your Cougar News Brief. I'm Sophia Lesseos. Here's a quick look at some of the stories from last week. As a part of an ongoing pay dispute, members of the College of the Canyon Faculty Association hit the streets. Reporter Bobby Block sheds light on the struggle of now reaching the college's Board of Trustees.
As clouds gathered over campus on Wednesday night, a storm of a different kind was brewing in Hasley Hall ahead of the monthly Board of Trustees meeting. Members of the COC Faculty Association occupied nearly every audience seat in the boardroom following another round of stalled contract negotiations. Those that could not find seating inside sat under an outdoor canopy near the boardroom entrance.
It's cold out here, but everybody's in a good mood and hopeful that our message is being heard by the Board of Trustees.
The Faculty Association failed to reach an agreement with campus administrators over pay and benefits after meeting with the state mediator last week.
We're coming to mediation looking for creative solutions. We're trying to work with our district to find solutions that can not only benefit the faculty, but is something that also can be reasonably accepted by the district. We're not on strike yet, but that is the end conclusion if we don't reach agreement at some point.
The line of speakers stretched out the door, with many faculty members sharing personal stories about how low growth in their pay has impacted their ability to live in the community.
I took a pay cut to come and teach her because I really wanted to teach. But quite honestly, that thought process is, I'm beginning to struggle with that now 12 and a half years in.
Now, the main reason I'm here today is that I know for a fact that the same hourly rate of $18.75 was being paid in 1990, almost 30 years ago.
One faculty member addressed the board holding her infant daughter.
And let me tell you about those student loan companies. They don't care that my income went down. They don't care that my income was flat from last year to this year. They don't care that I've added a dependent and daycare. My income-based repayment to my student loans have increased every single year.
Campus officials maintain that they are listening to feedback from faculty and are hopeful that an agreement will be reached.
The college values the contributions of all employees and is committed to working through the negotiations process and reaching an outcome that is beneficial for everyone.
For Cougar News, I'm Bobby Block.
Hitting the right notes can be difficult. Reporter Summer Yang shares how the trained ears of our neighbors at Cal Arts are working on nailing those notes.
Can we do the same 8 bar?
Recording session is necessary for Cal Arts students who are majoring in music for application purposes.
If that's okay.
Graduate student Catherine Schumann and her colleagues did a recording session in the Cal Arts Music Hall.
I feel like I could tell when I walked into the room that the energy was positive and vibrant and it would go well, and luckily it followed suit. So I think it felt to me like everyone was prepared, and also because it was a late night recording session, we were able to be focused and get work done quickly.
Performers cannot make any errors and had to figure out the best way to present the music composition.
A long time ago, there was a group called the Bach Aria Group, and when the head of it retired, and actually he was 100 years old, there was a party for him, and we played it. And it's a very beautiful aria, and the feelings that it expresses of just being quiet and happy with oneself, within oneself.
The recording session lasted about an hour. There were 2 oboe players, 1 harpsichord player, and 1 vocalist. This is Summer Yang for Cougar News.
Several kites took to the skies of Santa Clarita this month. Reporter Kirsten Delight shows how the event is a part of an effort to support the needs of less fortunate children around the world.
Cry Los Angeles celebrated their second annual Kite Festival this past Saturday at West Creek Park in Valencia. The afternoon was filled with kite flying, dancing, delicious food, all in the name of a good cause.
So Child Rights in You is an international non-profit which works towards restoring child rights, like the basic rights such as education, healthcare, nutrition, and protection from child abuse and child trafficking to the kids who are less privileged or they are lacking these basic rights.
Families from all over Valencia joined in from 12 to 2 to fly their kites, all to support the children.
Kites itself, that denotes, looking up in the sky, dreaming big, and aiming high in your life. That's what we believe as volunteers of CRY, and that's why CRY Kite has been a flagship event of our organization. If they missed the chance to come to the event, they can go on cryamerica.org, and there is a button there which says donate or volunteer. So whatever you want to do, if you want to donate something, please go ahead and do it right there online. If you volunteer, you can go and select volunteer. It will give you option to which city you want to volunteer in, and if you want to do it in Los Angeles or Santa Clarita, just shoot an email to me, which is losangeles@cryamerica.org. So send me an email there if you are interested in volunteering.
Thanks for watching, and for Cougar News, I'm Kirsten Delight.
Our community is full of amazing talent, many of whom has had to overcome adversity. Reporter Elizabeth Medina gives us a look into a life of a local photographer who refuses to give in to his neurological disorder.
A passion for photography.
You're trying to capture that whole story in less than 1/100th of a second.
And breaking news.
At the end of the day, you're like, God, that was such a rush. It's like an adrenaline rush. It's like skiing. It's like skydiving, and it's addictive.
Spending most of his week editing photos. What most of his coworkers don't know.
In first grade, I was diagnosed with Tourette's syndrome.
A neurological disorder that results in motor and vocal tics.
It's not painful. It's not, anything like that. You can't feel it coming. Often I don't even know I did it.
In Corey's case,
mine is a twist of the wrist, and I look down, and then I have some vocal tics where I clear my throat or I cough.
From driving to photography, people expected failure.
That's a personal challenge. I'm going to do it now,
One of the biggest issues he's had to overcome.
Having people want to get to know me instead of like, oh, he's weird, look what he's doing over there, I'm going to steer clear of him. There's no use on dwelling with what if I didn't have it, because I'm never not going to have it. So, I might as well focus on working through it. At the end of the day, I don't let it affect my work.
Work he has perfected throughout the years.
I'm extremely proud of all the obstacles that I've had to overcome. It makes every little victory that much sweeter.
In the face of adversity, Corey reminds others.
Never give up, never let anybody tell you you can't do something. Only you can know if you can or can't do something, and if it's something you really want to do, just keep trying.
For Cougar News, I'm Elizabeth Medina.
And that does it for your Cougar News Brief. I'm Sophia Lesseos. For more in-depth look at these stories and more, visit us online at cougarnews.com. You could also follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Have a good night, everyone.